Hi everyone, Layla here. Starting my 15-minute ride. Got my little oxygen thing on and my beats per minute. I'm starting at 93 for my oxygen and 109 beats per minute, which is high. It's been a pretty relaxful morning. I'm thankful that my hubby is home today and he made me tea in bed, so I feel pretty good. We're getting some household things done that kind of fall behind while he's away sometimes. Keeping up with things can be a little bit tough. So I was thinking what I wanted to share today. I want to share a little bit about why I don't look at the camera. This is a little bit out of, well, not a little, a lot out of my comfort zone. And honestly, seeing myself right now is tough. It's something that I kind of have to come to terms with, that I sometimes don't feel like I look like myself anymore. So, yeah. So I will try to be a little bit better about looking a little bit more, and hopefully it will come. Anyways, I want to talk a little bit today about coping with all this stuff when you're not well and you can't necessarily use the skills you've made up to now. So for me, it's definitely through physical activity that I coped with stuff, whether it be even doing yard work. For me, I love going out and like cutting the grass and raking and cutting parts of my hedges down and going for a walk, going for a hike, even going to the pool. I like doing that to get whatever I'm dealing with out. Other things that I used to like to do was sing, worship, whatever. It just helped me to connect on an emotional level with whatever I was dealing with. And honestly, those things now are not necessarily what I can do. Singing, for me, as much as I love it, and it gives me that release that I need, or that coping that I need, I can't do it as long as I used to. I get pretty winded, just like with the biking. And even for a long time going for a walk, I couldn't do any of that by myself. Wasn't allowed to go out. So now I can, and I will start going out where I live. It hits hit negative 41 recently, so not my favorite time to go out for a walk outside. That's why I have the stationary bike and use it. But hopefully it's going to start warming up here a little bit more, and I can, start going out and do that. We have a ton of snow. But yeah. So doing those things kind of were out of the question completely for quite a long time. Like I said, I'm 7 months in here on I think the 9th of March. It's 7 months in. And yeah, not being able to use those things when you're dealing with your stresses and your emotions and dealing with doctor's appointments and filling out forms and just all the changes that you have to adapt to. Again, you have to find a new way. So like really coping skills that I think of are things that you would, you use your senses, your 5 senses. So I have a little note here like touch, hearing, seeing, taste, smell are all things. So like in the past for me, listening and singing with music for my hearing. And like now I can listen to music and sing a little bit, which is great. And like, yeah, I can't necessarily drive and go in the mountains right now for me. But honestly, just the smell of an essential oil. For me, I think it's called Northern Lights Black Spruce, I think it's called. Just makes me feel like I take a nice big breath in, and it gives the same, sounds weird, gives the same almost sensation. It's like you're remembering doing those things and it kind of takes you back there. So that's something that I do. For taste, I do mint tea. Again, it's a memory thing for me. Being out in the garden as a teenager, picking it with my dog. And it was usually on a Saturday, like today. Nice relaxation. So lately I've been drinking a lot of mint tea just because it makes me feel calm. It's my way of coping without being able to go do the same things that I used to. My kids really like kinetic sand. It's different for everybody, but definitely for me, the smell and the taste are a big thing for me. Another way to kind of get through things when things are tough is just distractions, honestly. When it felt just a little too overwhelming, I had a hard time reading, but I did audiobooks. These are a few of the books that got sent to me that I'm going to work on, hopefully listening to soon. This one's called Bakewell Tart Bludgeoning. Apparently they're quite funny, so laughter is always good. Something else that I kind of got a bit of a routine to do to help me cope with just being home and not being able to be physically out and about. Coloring. Just kind of like color, but this one was sent to me too. It's like kind of like a little Bible study or whatever. And I would do even just get printed off like crosswords and anything really to just kind of keep my mind active and not be focusing on all the things that I can't do. What else? Yeah, basically it was like a lot of reading, coloring, audiobooks, phone calls. Phone calls to family members or friends that you know are home can help. For me, that was a little bit tough after everything. My ears kind of got all blown out from the oxygen. And so even still, on a phone call, I need to not have it right to my ear and keep it on speaker. Yeah, but phone calls can be really good if people are willing to talk. And my lung capacity was tough, so I couldn't do it for very long. But as long as people are, patient with you, willing to share a bit about their life, it's great. Kind of gives you something to look forward to. You're almost like living a little vicariously through other people. Another thing that I read was quite good is looking at your photos, kind of remembering what you're pushing forward for, and just recall through memory of what's good and funny, and just kind of lifts your spirits, you know. And yeah, you know, I just encourage anyone that's, you know, feeling down and feeling like they're stuck and unable to use the things that helped them before, to try and find new things. Doesn't necessarily have to be something completely different. Like for me, smell, taste of something helped me to cope with the stresses that come with dealing with all the doctors and insurance and the job and even your family. So yeah, it's it's just finding those things that help you get through the day-to-day. You know, whatever that might be, whether you're somebody who needs, like my kids, to do kinetic sand, or my daughter, she likes to draw and read, and you know, whatever your thing was before, maybe you can still use it, but maybe you can't. And just encourage you to find a way to recall kind of those memories to help lift your spirits and help you cope with the tough stuff. And try and enjoy all the little things. I kind of looked at it like, yeah, I don't want to be sitting here. I don't want to be doing these things, but that book I wanted to read, there's one that I've been wanting to read. It's called Champion: How One Boy's Miraculous Journey Through Autism is Changing the World. So guess what? I have time to read it now. And I might not be able to read it, but I can probably find it on audiobook. So that's what I'm gonna do, and try and just use those moments the best that I can, and utilize the people around me. I'm a bad one for this. I get offers for people to come and help, but I'm so used to being self-sufficient and doing things on my own. It's a hard habit to change. And I need to accept the help. I like to give the help. And, you know, when I first came home, I got a lot of messages telling me that you're always the one who helps people. Now it's your turn to let people help you. And it's a tough change, but I have to say I've been very blessed, you know. Even my job, I think my family got a meal every week for 2 months, and it would have gone longer, but we were in a good place. I'm just so thankful for the kindness and the kind words. And people really do want to help one another. So don't be shy to accept it. Like I said, I'm working on it, but the messages, the calls, flowers, cards, meals, they've all made me really realize that, you know, we're not alone. Sometimes it feels like it. When we're stuck in our own things, and it's hard to sometimes get out of that headspace. So again, using those coping skills and, you know, trying to be positive. And that again doesn't mean forgetting what's going on and not dealing with what's going on. But it means to just really, well, for me, be thankful that I'm actually here. And that's my 15 minutes. So I'm thankful that I'm here. I'm thankful that I found ways to cope through all of this. I'm thankful that I have hope and that I know that I'm never alone. And I hope for anyone out there that you will find that too. So thank you for coming on this journey today with me. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye.